Okay, hello, this is Z-Man96 here, and we're back with my review of episode 24 of Gate, which is the last episode of season 2. Now, normally I would be doing a live reaction, but I just didn't feel like doing that today. So, let's get into my review. So, the episode started off with, Itami making plans to go into the palace to rescue Pina. And then also, secondary options also save the Emperor as well. Get them away from Zozel. Which, in the past, I kind of completely forgot about the Emperor. I wasn't actually sure if he was dead or not, but apparently he was just like comatose or whatever. So they did decide to save the Emperor as well, which I thought was a pretty good decision because it makes the Japanese look pretty good if they have both the Emperor and the Princess on their side. So they went in to confront Zozel. They made it through his troops with very little effort. And, once they were in the throne room or whatever, Zozel whips out like this giant-ass ogre thing, expecting it to actually, do something. And while Lele and Rory pretty much destroyed it. Then they just walked out with Pina while another group was rescuing the Emperor. Then they all left together. And, halfway through the episode, it was pretty much all done. They had the Emperor, the Princess all gone, safe. The Emperor woke up and declared Pina to be the crown princess, and she'd have to establish her own government and fight a civil war with Zozel. And aside from that, not much else happened. We did learn that some of the Pina's knights had started dating some of the SDF soldiers, so that was kind of interesting. Not together all that surprising, but that did end up happening. Let's see. Yeah, Zozel abandoned the capital. I guess he's just afraid now he's running, I guess. I'm not sure he's going to the northeast or whatever. I'm not sure if they mentioned what's in the northeast at all in the previous episodes, but yeah, he's fleeing there. I think there's some SDF guys still in the capital too, so that's interesting. Tools, it seems a little bit, broken up about everything collapsing. I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure if she's just feeling bad for all people who are getting killed, or is maybe feeling bad that she drove Zozel pretty much fucking insane. And he is fucking insane at this point. Just looking at him, the way he's just obsessed with getting payback now. You just look at him, you can tell he's been broken. So, yeah, that's pretty much what happened in this episode. I'm going to say this now, I think there will be a season 3, because they left a lot, they still have to fight the Civil War with Zozel. Just, some things like that are unresolved. Even though this did have a little bit of a feel like a, final episode, but I just don't see it because the Empire's, pretty much, split up right now. Pina's got to fight Zozel to, reunite it. Not only Zozel, but the other brothers out there, he said he's going to bring other nations in, so I feel if there isn't a third season, that's going to pop up. Not be a, it'd be like, end up being like a 3-way war instead of like, just 1-on-1. So that could be pretty interesting for next season. I do believe it'll be next season because I assume this will get enough, popularity and will sell enough to justify a third season. I just believe that. The only reason there might not be a third season because some people are saying there's not enough source material. Some are saying there is. I'm really not familiar enough with manga or light novels or whatever the fuck this is to say whether or not that's true. So yeah, I do believe there'll be a third season though. I mean, if there's not enough source material, I'm sure they'll just throw in some filler, as well to work with what they got. So my belief is there'll be a third season. And now back to this season. I think the season was pretty good. With all the shows that came out, this season, this was probably my second or third favorite behind. It's definitely behind Erased. And I'm not sure if it's ahead of Grimgar. That pretty much depends on how Grimgar's final episode goes. So, Yeah, it was a very good series. I'm not sure. I'd give it 8, maybe. I didn't rate Erased, but I'm gonna rate this as an 8. Yeah, it was very enjoyable. There was enough of a plot to, keep your mind busy. I don't like the harem stuff that's in there, but whatever, it's not a big deal. So yeah, really don't have much else to say. I mean, both seasons I thought were pretty entertaining. You know, still kind of, it's a little weird for me that the Taka was like this badass soldier or whatever in the military, but I can live with that. The only thing that's bothered me is that there's any conflict in this show, because it should be just so easy to crush anything. The SDF can pretty much obliterate whatever the Empire has, so I don't understand why there's really any conflict. I mean, why would they still be fighting at this point? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't see why anyone would fucking follow Zolzol, because he's just a complete asshole, doesn't know how to lead, and is also a tyrant. So yeah, I don't understand why you want to fight the SDF, or you'd even want to follow Zolzol. So there really shouldn't be any any conflict, especially since the Emperor is siding with the SDF and Pina. So yeah, that's the only thing that's bothered me, is that there's any conflict, because it's just so one-sided. And because Zolzol's a complete dick, they don't want to leave, would want to follow. Oh, one thing I did like about the episode was that the Emperor declared Pina the crown princess, and seems to really respect her. When the first time when they first introduced Pina, she's talking to the Emperor. He's like accusing her like nice of being like her plaything or whatever, of being like a child. It seemed like he was kind of a dick at the time. They didn't really respect her, but it seems like he's really starting to respect her now. So it's nice to see that. It's pretty good character development from a relatively like minor characters. He doesn't pop in a lot of episodes, but it's good to see that character development there. So yeah, it was a pretty good episode, pretty good show so far. I absolutely believe there'll be a third season. If not, I would be very surprised, and probably be only due to the lack of source material. If I'm hearing about them having not enough is correct, but we'll see about how that goes. Okay, so this has been Z-Man96 here, and signing out, and see you all next season.